So why are we here today? We are here today because our system of government depends upon open and honest elections. Having people prove who they say they are as a condition of voting makes sense and guarantees each vote is weighted equally and cumulatively determines the outcome of the election.
Bear in mind, after we spent millions of dollars telling them that there was a voter fraud problem in North Carolina that doesn't exist, now they have a confidence problem with us, and now we want to tell them, here's a solution to a problem that never existed, that we told you existed, and now you don't have confidence in us, so we're going to pass a bill to address a problem that never existed, that we told you existed, and now we have to come up with a solution. And we can stay in that loop over and over and over again.
This is a 2-year phase-in. 2 years. If Joe comes in 2014 and tells you he doesn't have a photo ID, a good friend will make sure that the county party gets his name and the Viva team can get with him and get him a photo ID. The idea behind the bill is to tighten it where we can, reasonably.
We had to fight for the same rights that you have. And what you're doing is you're putting an impediment, another impediment in here that you don't have the right under the Constitution to do. It's just that simple. And if we have to go back and fight for that right like we had to fight for it before, then it's going to have to happen that way.
We have, I think, 2 major problems in the end with this bill. The first is in what kind of voter ID we're going to use if we're going to do this. And so the rationale was that we would accept any public identification. Except, of course, by 2 votes in committee, we wouldn't accept public high school identification. And then the rationale continued, but we will have public IDs, but we won't accept any private IDs, with no evidence at all to support why the IDs at Wake Forest or Duke or Elon are any less secure or valid than the IDs at Fayetteville State or North Carolina A&T or ECU or Western Carolina.
We've gotten sidetracked on the issue of student IDs. Well, there's several different forms of IDs that can be used under this bill to vote, and I hope that our educational system, particularly our colleges and universities, are doing a good enough job that 18 to 20 or 24-year-old students can figure out how to get some of these photo IDs.
Now let's talk about who the bill is going to affect in the main. It's going to affect every single solitary voter in North Carolina. And in particular, it's going to affect every single solitary voter if some of the other bills that we see coming down the pike get passed, like the ones that talk about having fewer voting sites open, the ones that cut down on early voting, the ones that cut down on Sunday voting. Because guess what? It's going to take longer to vote. It's just, there are going to be longer lines. In this bill, there's this whole complicated challenge if you don't look like who you say you look like. Might be the first time in North Carolina that some people who have thought that a lot of black people all look alike don't start looking alike. It's going to take longer. It's going to be more contentious at the polls. And that's going to make it harder for everyone to